Good morning, everyone, and happy Wednesday. Welcome to your third episode of your weekly Cup of Joe. My name is Joe King. I'm the owner of Physical Therapy Advantage in North Aurora. And this week's question comes from a former client of ours, Sandy, who wants to know how can she improve her posture as she's aging? And Sandy, that is a great question. And as physical therapists, we get asked that question all the time. So we're going to start with the basics. So we're going to bring out our handy dandy spine here. And most people, we all start out with good posture when we're younger. And we have four curves in the spine. We have a little in curve in the neck, an out curve in the mid back, an in curve in the low back, and an out curve over your tailbone and your rear end. So it's S-shaped. That's the way it's supposed to be. All right. But as we get older, as we get into teenage years and on, because of poor posture, because of jobs, because of what we're doing, things like cell phones, computers, food preparation, cooking all the time, plumbers, electricians, laborers, everything's out in front of us. So our posture becomes so much more forward at that time. So we get pulled in that position, which is not good at all. So over time, we just kind of keep going and going and going and going and going. The muscles in the front get shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter, tighter and tighter and tighter. The muscles in the back get stretched out more and more and more and get tighter and tighter and tighter. And they start pulling on that spine abnormally. The next thing you know, you've got a nice, I'll show you here in the front, forward head position. So the head becomes more here and become more kind of a flattened back. So we lose this curve here, we lose that, and that becomes more flattened. It becomes more like that. And that's what we start to look like as we age. So to try to correct that, you want to start to think about, I'll show you from the side here this way. We want to line up our ear holes with the mid of our shoulders, with the mid of our trunk, and our hips. And I'm going to try to show this a little bit better here. We're going to do ear holes, shoulders, mid of our trunk, and our hips. So we're more in this position more frequently. All right. We don't have to be in Forrest Gump military position all the time. We just need to keep that good alignment more frequently throughout the day. We can't be in correct posture 24 hours a day, but we can be in that position more frequently throughout the day. So what you can do is set alarms on your watch, cell phone, computers. So every 20 to 30 minutes, the alarm goes off. And you're going, and all of a sudden, oh, I can just sit up and reposition myself. You can leave sticky notes on your computer screens, kitchen, bathroom, wherever you're at a lot during the day, dashboard of your car, whatever it may be, that especially if you're driving kids around all the time, you can set those reminders up so that you see it, and all of a sudden it's a visual reminder, and you'll reset yourself. The more that you can reset yourself more frequently throughout each day, over the course of time, this becomes more normal to you instead of this being your normal natural posture. And so you won't have that slouched position and feel like, ugh, I don't feel very good and I can't sit up, I can't stand up very well. So if you can do that on a more frequent basis, it'll be extremely beneficial over the course of time. So simple things that you can do are you can take a hand towel, roll it up, put a rubber band around it, tape it, whatever you want to do. You can use pillows, small pillows, even smaller than this. This is the smallest one I had in the house to use. But you can use those in chairs to help give you some support in that low back region. This would go basically vertical. You can see that. You go vertical on it, or you can go even horizontal on your back in the chair, however you want to help give you a little feedback to bring you up. They've got things that strap around your chairs. You can go online to get doesn't really matter what you use, just something to give you some support. Car, office chair, kitchen chair, wherever you sit more frequently, to give you that support and feel upright. Of course, you can also get things that are out there are posture braces. Not saying you have to, but they are out there. Some people like them, some people don't. One thing that you can do for exercise-wise, a very simple exercise, I'll show you one, is you take a resistance band, mild to moderate to start with, doesn't really matter, sitting or standing, but just making sure you're in good upright position. You hold your hands shoulder width apart, and then you hold it about chest height, and you're just going to do a pull apart. Keep your arms, maybe elbows slightly bent if you want. You can keep fully locked, it's up to you. But just keeping the same distance out there all the time. In and out, nice and slow, gently squeezing the shoulder blades when you get it back. Pull it back as far as you can. If you can touch your chest, great. Nice and easy. You do 2 to 3 sets of 15 repetitions of that every day to help strengthen those muscles in the back. There's many others that you can do, but start focusing on strengthening the muscles around your back and your shoulder blade region. That will definitely help as well. All right. One other thing, cueing wise, you can do and think about how can I get myself in that upright position, lining ears and shoulders and trunk, is you can think about your collarbones. So you can just think about being in this position, kind of my more relaxed slouch position. I just want to think about having my collarbones and bringing my collarbones up to the ceiling. So if I can just think about raising my collarbones up to the ceiling, it's almost like you're really sitting up from your low back and straightening up. But just if you could bring your collarbones up to the ceiling, that's a good way to do it. Some people like the idea of taking a piece of hair or two from your top, like you're a puppet, a string, and you're just in this position, you're going, whoop, just getting pulled up to the ceiling. Whatever works for you, it doesn't really matter. Just something that it relates to you, it resonates with you, and you're like, oh, I can do that, and that helps remind me to be in a better position. All right. But the key is consistency, is everything in life, especially physical stuff, exercise, physical therapy, health-related stuff. Consistency is definitely the key, and the more times you can do this frequently throughout the day, the better it's going to be. And after even just 3 or 4 weeks of it, it'll take longer than that, but even after 3 or 4 weeks, you will feel so much better, and you'll notice your posture is better over that course of that short time. All right. Our focus for the week is going to be positivity. Stay positive. All right. Celebrate the small wins. Last week it was progress, not perfection. So even taking those small steps forward, and now it's moving on to staying positive with those small steps and celebrating your wins. So when someone says, "Hey, look at you. I can tell you're sitting up straighter. Why are you sitting up so straight?" Or you're taller, or you're whatever it may be, but it's related to you trying to sit up straighter and working on your posture. Take that as a positive and celebrate those wins, because the more small wins that you can celebrate, you'll build momentum and things will become a lot easier. All right. Well, I hope this helped this week, and don't forget to continue to send in your health, wellness, and your PT-related questions to j.king@ptadvantagepc.com. So we can keep this rolling and everything else, and just so I can help out as many people, just give a little tip each week. All right, and we will see you next Wednesday for your weekly Cup of Joe.